on the way to class, in the class, or while another kid is doing the same thing again. Okay, today's short video, I've got a solution to this for you. Something that I built, something you can download in the description below. Let's get into that. How to manage your class with 3 very cool point systems and a random name caller, if you want to call it that. Anyway, let's get into it. The first one, as I showed you here, I divide the class into 2 groups, either boys and girls or any other way that you can think of, but more about that now. The second one is aimed at those classes that are very fidgety, very busy, very ADD all over the place. So I have 10 names here. You can actually make this more. You can select that one, press Control D, and it will give you another one. You can rearrange this slide so that this one can fit as well, but it is pre-set up with 10 children. Just a side note, this doesn't work for more than 14 kids. It gets too much. Then the computers must be strong, and they'll just so I would say use this up to about 14 kids in a class. Then the third way is the random name caller. Have you ever been into those classes where nobody speaks and it's impossible to get anybody to like? I feel I want to die. So what I've noticed is if I use the random name caller with this point system, the specific one with each child's name, if you use these 2 together, it tends to bring them to life. Okay, but let's talk about each individual one very quickly. The first one, as I said, you divide the class into groups. You can decide, I have a random setup, or something that I use a lot, boys and girls. Sometimes you only have boys in the class, sometimes you only have girls in the class. So for my boys only class, what I do is I change these pictures into a tank and an aeroplane or something that boys like. You can get really creative with this, but exactly the same for the girls. So what I would do for the girls, I'll change this into a flower, into something cute, a teddy bear, something, but you get the point. You can get very creative with this. So as I said, divide the class into 2 teams. This works up to about 20 kids. If you've got more than 20 kids, I've had classes where there's about 60 kids in the class. Then I prefer to divide them into 4 teams. As I showed you earlier, you can just select the point calculator at the bottom, press Control D again, and rearrange your slide so that everything can fit and so that everything can work. Okay, so that is the group scores, and they tend to keep each other under control. The next slide, as I said, this one works very well for 2 situations. For those difficult classes where the ADD is all over the place and where the children don't want to listen or where they don't want to talk, this one is your savior. Because now, if I give each child an individual point, it brings them to life. Let me actually show you what I mean. So yeah, don't worry about the 999. When we get into the presentation, as you can see here, everything is on 0. So if I ask a question like, what color is this? Oh, it's black. Mona gave me the right answer. I can give Mona a point. And now everybody's alive because they see, wow, Mona's got a point. Then I say, wow, what color is this? And everybody will say, it's pink. Or Kitty was first. I come to Kitty and give her a point. And while I'm doing this, Renee is speaking. And if Renee is speaking, I don't want to give her a point. And I also don't want to subtract her point, by the way. This is very important. Don't take their points. What you do is you give Mona, Crane, Jessica, Ariel, Sandy, Jelly, Candy, Kitty, Ruby, each one a point. Except you don't give Renee a point, but you never deduct a point. Also on this system, you can't deduct points for that reason. It's just better. Okay, so that's just a pro tip in there. So using this one for, as I said, the quiet classes and the ADD classes gets you to control them much easier. So then, let me get onto the third system, the no-hand system that I put over there. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I say, I want a random child to answer this question. And I say, what color is this over here? Click over here. Oh, Jessica, what color is this? Jessica gives me the answer and I can give her the point. Then I say, what color is this one over here? And I can say, oh, Crane must answer it. Crane gave me the right answer and she gets a point. Now, Renee did something nice. She can get a point as well. But you get the point. You have to play with this and
understand how it works and understand how it's going to work in your specific situation. Now, there are two very, very important things that I want to talk about before you can even use these techniques.
Those are the 3 techniques that I use to manage my class. However, there are 2 very, very important things that you must understand and implement before you start using this. The first being the reward for either the team with the most points or the individual child with the most points. Because if there's no reward, they're not going to do it. Okay, that reward can be anything. It can be singing their favorite song. It can be, I've used popcorn, to be honest, giving each one individually 1 popcorn and the winner gets 3 or 4 popcorn. It sounds very stupid. It works. That's what I'm saying. Just have something and do not forget to deliver. I have forgotten to award the reward at the end of the class. You destroy your entire class management system. However, if you reward at the end of each class, the class management system works better and better and better. Okay, that's it. There's a second thing that you have to keep in mind. You have to be able to navigate within your PowerPoint when you are presenting your class. Have a look at my video about the buttons. I create an entire system. It's an entire system where you can navigate between all of your slides. If you are using my template to create your classes, your entire navigation system is already on there. You don't even have to worry about that. Even if you add slides, doesn't matter. The links to the buttons at the top of the screens will all stay the same. So have a look at that video about the template. Have a look at the navigation, the video about the buttons, and you are set. Now just implement this in your class and you will be surprised about the outcome. Subscribe down below, give me a comment, like this video. Otherwise, if you don't like this video, your classroom management system's not going to work. Anyway, like the video, give me a comment below, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. How many animals? Yes, very good on that side. How